of a culture where shows like Dancing with the Stars and American Idol generate really large followings. It is important to remember just who the real stars of America are. A real star is a U.S. soldier who is sent to disarm a bomb next to the road in North Baghdad. As he approached the bomb, it went off and it killed him. A real star is a U.S. soldier in Iraq who saw a little girl playing with a piece of unexploded ordnance. It was right near where he's at. He pushed her aside and threw himself on that ordnance and it went off. He left the family in California and he left the little girl alive in Iraq. These are the real stars that you should be admiring. Veterans Day is it's a time to honor not just those heroes. In fact, all the outstanding men and women who served in our nation's armed forces. And you see some of them standing here before you today. Let's all give them a hand. Not all these veterans have seen war, but a common bond that they share is an oath that they took, in which they expressed their willingness to serve their country and die and defend it if they have to. There are stories of great American heroes like late Jack Lucas, who earned the Medal of Honor fighting on Iwo Jima. He was only 17 years old. Although he lied about his age to enlist in the Marines, his friends, family, and classmates were probably awestruck when he enrolled in high school after World War II, already possessing the nation's highest military decoration. The valor that defined warriors from previous generations continues today. Thousands of people lined the streets in Fitzgerald, Georgia, October 6th, to pay tribute to Senior Airman Michael Eras, a member of an Air Force Explosive Ordnance Disposal Team. Airman Burris made the supreme sacrifice on September 21st at Kandahar, Afghanistan. He died at age 23 because of wounds inflicted by an IED. He leaves behind a wife and a 1-year-old daughter. We must be there to support not just the families of the fallen, but also the loved ones who still are deployed and those who return permanently changed by the wounds of war. While we are happy to be here today to express our appreciation and gratitude to our veterans, true appreciation is expressed through deeds, not words. You see a veteran today, you walk up to them and you say thank you, shake their hand. It also goes true for an employer. If you're an employer, give extra weight to the experience and the skills of a sailor turned job applicant. It's smart business. When an American Legion Auxiliary member asks for a donation for a poppy, remember the Korean War veteran who lies in a hospital bed. When an elected government official complains about the cost of a veterans program, remind that lawmaker the cost of being a veteran. And don't underestimate the power of simply saying thank you to a veteran that you encounter today, and not only today, but every day. There are approximately 23 million living Americans that earned the title, including those who continue to serve in uniform. According to the recent U.S. Army statistics, more than 665,000 active duty soldiers have deployed for a year of combat in the global war on terrorism. And nearly 300,000 active duty soldiers have been deployed more than twice. The Department of Defense recently estimated that nearly 40,000 U.S. service personnel have been wounded in Iraq and Afghanistan since these hostilities began. And while the military is undoubtedly stretched thin, the burden is shared by men and women. Women are major contributors to our military presence in Iraq and Afghanistan, and many of them have given their lives in the war on terrorism. The VA must recognize the unique needs of our women veterans. They need to be adequately treated for breast and cervical cancer, as well as trauma resulted from domestic violence, sexual assault, and sexual harassment. America is home to 1.2 million women veterans, and they deserve our support also. We must not forget them. It is tragic that the men and women who allow us to be safe in our homes are often without homes themselves when they shed their uniforms. 23% of American homeless populations are veterans. 89% of these homeless veterans were honorably discharged, and 47% of them served in the Vietnam War. America's veterans have made great sacrifices for this country. These costs have often included long separations from their families, missing the births of their children, freezing in sub-zero temperatures, exposure to Agent Orange in Vietnam, losing limbs, and far too often losing their lives. While America owes these heroes a debt that cannot be repaid fully, showing your appreciation is the least thing you can do. Whether it's welcoming home a veteran from deployment or volunteering at a local VA hospital, there is no shortage for opportunities to assist those who have given so much for this country. In spite of these sacrifices that nearly all veterans have made, and the horrors of some of those in the spirit, the overwhelming majority are proud to say they have served. Unfortunately for all of us, America has been blessed throughout its history by many such men and women. I want to thank you today for taking the time to be here. It means a lot to me and all these veterans that you see staying, not just over here, but all the ones out here. God bless America, and God bless all our veterans.